So Caitlin, what are we making today?
Today we are going to make a goat cheese spread with pomegranate and honey.
Okay, and how expensive was this, all the ingredients here?
So I probably spent $15, but this is going to make a lot of goat cheese, you know, for Thanksgiving or the holidays. It's going to be a real good party favor to, you know, set out and let people snack on. Nice.
So how do we begin?
So you begin by mashing up the goat cheese.
Okay. And what
with
will
a
we
fork. Here, we'll add some more goat cheese into it. You're going to need 8 ounces, which is usually like 2 logs of the small goat cheese. There it goes.
Right. So just like start mashing it up?
Yeah, just start mashing it up, and then we'll add 3 tablespoons of Greek yogurt, just plain Greek yogurt into it.
All right, how's that looking?
Pretty good. It'll help a little bit once you get some of the Greek yogurt into it, and so just start mashing that up until it becomes sort of like a paste.
All right.
And something that's a little more spreadable than just goat cheese.
All right. Meanwhile, what will you be working on?
So meanwhile, I am going to zest the lemon. We're going to need a teaspoon of lemon zest. So I'll do that while you continue to sort of mix all that up.
And I should be mixing it until it's just kind of like a fine spread?
Yeah. And if you feel like it's too thick, go ahead and add some more Greek yogurt.
Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of that. So how did you first learn about this recipe?
So I found this recipe online, but it's something that I've had before at various parties and family gatherings.
And this seems like it would be perfect for college students since, dip is one of those fundamental...
Yeah. The wonderful thing about goat cheese is it feels more luxurious than it is. Like, you just put goat cheese on anything and immediately elevates your dish to the next level.
Yes, a most sophisticated dinner.
Yeah.
Sophisticated for college students.
Yeah. My favorite thing ever is grilled cheese with goat cheese in it. It is so good.
That does sound nice.
Yeah.
All right, so after I finish getting this to a sort of fine, creamy texture, what is the next step?
So the next step is to add 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil.
All right. And so we're just going to kind of wing it here.
Yeah. Usually with packages, it can be like 2 capfuls. That's usually about where it is. I don't usually ever use measuring cups when I'm making, things like dips that are one of the things that has always kind of held me back in the kitchen is I am way too cautious. I'm worried that I'm going to get it off by just a slight bit and it's going to ruin the whole dish, it's going to catch on fire, all of those sort of comedic assumptions about cooking gone wrong. Yeah.
That's my fear a lot of the time.
That usually is only comes to be a problem in baking. With regular cooking, you can sort of wing it a lot more than you can with baking.
Right. Do you think that's enough?
Yeah, just try mixing it in.
Okay.
And a lot of the times with online recipes, they underestimate how much seasoning you put in. So you can definitely sort of, customize it and make it your own and sort of add more seasoning than it says on the recipe, and it'll taste, better, if not, yeah.
Okay, nice. And on average, how long would you say it would take to prepare this dip?
It can usually be done in 5 to 10 minutes. It's something really simple that you can do right before a party if you have last minute. All right.
Okay, so I think that's looking okay consistent-wise.
Yep, that looks great. So now we're going to add a little bit of lemon zest and sort of mix that in.
Okay.
And save a little bit of lemon zest for garnish, just to sprinkle on top when everything's said and done.
Give that little stylistic flair.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so now I'm gonna break open this pomegranate. And pomegranate is a wonderful winter fruit that you can add to, it's really good on any sort of Mediterranean type dishes. And yeah, that's what a pomegranate looks like on the inside if you've never seen it before. It's really something really good to snack on, and it's one of my favorite fruits.
I've only ever had it pre-made, but I love chocolate-covered pomegranates. Put a little dark chocolate over that. I can eat a million of those things, honestly. So, should we go ahead and put in pomegranates, or are we doing honey first?
Honey. The pomegranate is mostly going to be a garnish and something to like crunch on top. It's going to give the dip a little bit of texture.
Okay.
And so for the honey, you're going to add 2 tablespoons of honey, which we're just going to wing it again.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks about good.
I appreciate that sort of, far at the hip style of cooking. It's something that I really need to train myself to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is starting to look pretty nice.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna add a little bit of pepper just to give it a little bit of an extra kick. And also one really good thing to like spice up any sort of dish is to use fresh pepper instead of like the pre-ground, because any like fresh ground spice is going to taste a lot better.
Okay.
It's perceived to be more fresh, and it'll taste fresher in your dish.
Nice. So you mentioned earlier that this is a sort of Mediterranean style dish with the Greek yogurt and the olive oil and those sorts of things. What dishes would this pair well with? What would this make a good appetizer for?
I think it would definitely work well with some white fish, but also lamb and pork and things that are, a little fresher.
Nice. All right, so we've got a pretty good consistency here. Are we ready to add the pomegranate?
Yeah, we're gonna garnish a little bit. We're gonna add a little bit of extra honey and drizzle it over just to, make it look pretty.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
Now we're gonna do the pomegranate. I'm just gonna steal this fork.
Go ahead.
So this is usually easier to do with a spoon, but you just kind of scoop it out.
Huh. Yeah, the pomegranate is one of those fruits that I've always seen the interior of, but I've never actually seen this close. So it's this is really fascinating, honestly. Like, where can you find pomegranates? Because I've never actively searched for them, but are they available at most grocery stores?
Some grocery stores, typically more of like the healthy variety. I haven't been able to find it at Walmart, but I found these at Publix, and they're also available at Whole Foods and probably Earth Fare.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are they expensive? I imagine that they're a bit more expensive than your average apple.
This one was actually only $2.50 for the entire thing, and so this is a fairly, medium-sized pomegranate, but there's a lot in it. The skin is fairly thin on these, so there's like a lot of seeds that you can eat. It's a really good thing to snack on, and it's fairly cheap for what you get.
Are there other creative uses for pomegranate that you're aware of off the top of your head?
Again, it fits really well on any type of like Mediterranean food. Yeah.
Okay.
Just add it to yogurt. It goes really well on most like things that have a bit of tang to it.
Okay, so we've got a pretty good amount of pomegranate in here, some honey as well.
So the last thing to do is to add a little bit of lemon zest. Just sprinkle it on top.
All right.
And there we are.
That's it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Now we taste.
All right, let's go for it. Would you recommend Ritz style crackers or?
You can for this you can use probably any style cracker, Ritz, pita chips, bagel chips, anything really. Just anything that'll be a vessel to get it into your mouth.
All right, let's pop it down the hatch. That was really good. Yeah, it's really smooth yet tangy with like a little bit of sourness to it. It kind of reminds me of gingerbread a little bit. And like considering how long that took to make, like that's awesome. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to make this at home, I think. I'd love to include that as part of like a game night or like having friends over. And this is just one of the many great recipes that's available at Campus Cooks and online really, right?
Yep.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for teaching me how to do this.
No problem. Great to be here.
Thank you.